So
Good.
in our last class, we discussed about we discussed about all these candle formations. We discussed about the three patterns of candle formations. We discussed about the morning
Morning
star.
star,
We discussed about the evening morning doji star. We discussed about the star.
three white soldiers and three black crows.
You said?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the three white
Yes,
soldiers
the
and the
three
three
white
black
crows,
crows.
the three white soldiers, and the three. So hope you have gone through.
Yeah.
Hope you have gone through the. Did you?
Mhm.
Okay. So here is an example of the candle formation we discussed last week. Three black crow, the three white soldiers, upward trend, downward trend. These are upward trend. We have the one at the top as well. We have this as well. We have the three inside down as well.
The three inside, yeah, inside up, inside
Inside down
out.
as well. So that was what we discussed in the last class.
We
So
did also the bearish trap and the bullish
yes,
trap. The
we
bullish
discussed about the
Ikawa,
bullish. Yeah, that is the IKK, the bullish IKK, and the bearish IKK. We discussed
yeah.
about that as well. So today, what we're gonna be discussing we're gonna be discussing about the trend lines. Trend lines is one of the most useful technical analysis tools being used by traders.
Okay.
If you know how to properly use if you know how to properly use the trend line, you can as well use it as a strategy to trade perfectly and make consistent income. That is, if you understand its strategy, the A to Z of everything about the trend line. It's a very powerful tool, very, very powerful. To be a successful trader, you can't actually do without it. So you have to understand everything about trend line. Trend line simply means a line on our chart. It can either be a dynamic line, upward bullish dynamic line, a dynamic downward line, or a horizontal line like this on our trading chart. Remember what I discussed on the dynamic and key level support and resistance. Do you remember that?
Yes, yes, yes.
This dynamic resistance and then a dynamic support trend line.
Yeah.
This is support key level and the resistance key level. Okay.
Yeah.
So how can you draw a trend line on your trading chart? For you to draw a trend line, you need 2 points. 2 points makes a straight line, because a trend line is actually a straight line. The straight line can bend like this, can bend like this, can be like this. So how can we draw a straight line on our chart? We need 2 points. 2 points to connect one another, it makes a trend line. This is it. We need 2 points. There's other points right there to make a trend line. So now I'm going to show you the ultimate way to draw trend lines, how to avoid cutting through bodies, how to locate current price action zone, how to draw from the high time frame and relate to the lower time frame, how to trade trend line bounce. Actually, I have a PowerPoint presentation right here, so we can implement that as well.
Okay.
So I'm gonna show you that. So that's what we're gonna be talking about.
Mhm.
I have no file right here. Okay, this is different. Okay, so this is it. Here is the content I put down for you today. That is the trend line trading strategy, the ultimate way to draw trend lines. How can you draw trend lines on your trading chart? How can you trade the trend line bounce? How can you trade the trend line break? How can you trade the trend line confluence strategy? So let's get on our chart right now. So I have the chart of the gold right here. If you
Okay.
watch properly right here, you will see I have, okay, I'm gonna clean all this off so we can start from the scratch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get all this off right here. I'm gonna remove all this of this chart. Okay, I need to select this as well. I want a clean chart. Okay, okay, good. So here is a chart right now. It's a chart of the British pound sterling against the USD. So right now we don't have a support or a resistance line. We don't have a dynamic resistance or support trend line. Remember, our trend line can be in any of these four forms. Can be
Yeah.
like this, and I mean in three forms. I mean, it can be
Yes.
slanting
Yes.
up, that is for a bullish no channel, and it can be slanting downward, that is for a bearish trend, and it can be horizontal, that is for support or resistance on our trading chart. So now let's view this. On this chart right now, the first thing we need to do is how to construct trend line for our key level. So right here, the ultimate way to draw or trend lines, right here, I'm gonna have key level, key levels, and then slash point of that is key levels, okay, and then dynamics.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are key level. So what does key level means on our trading chart? A key level simply means an horizontal line. So whenever you hear me emphasizing on the word key levels, these are key levels. And what are the functions of key level on our trading chart? They are used to signify support and resistance zone on our trading chart. So that is the first trend line we're going to be talking about on our trading chart. So we can use this to locate support and resistance on our trend line. Okay?
Yes.
So there is it. We can pull this to identify support and resistance on our trading chart. Support and resistance on our trading chart. So is it right there? So
Okay.
before we can actually construct a trend line under is a dynamic trend line on our chart, we first need to understand support and resistance zones. These are points of interest. In our last class, I believe we discussed about support and resistance trend zones. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Which I said if you have a trend like this, and then a trend coming up, this zone right here is a resistance zone for this trend coming up right here. So if this trend should break right here, it means this trend had broken this resistance level right here. So price can come back to make a retest downward. If price should come down and make a retest, and then this zone right here reject price up, then what is this zone turning up to? This now is support. This now is support. This now is support for this what? For this uptrend right here, and this downtrend right here. like we did have the support right here. When price got right here, price makes an uptrend. So right here now is a support. However, right here is a resistance to this medium right here. Price broke out right here. Then price make a rejection right there. Then this zone right here, which was a resistance for this trend right here. And then for this point right here, rejected price up. Now this zone right here is now turned into a support. I discussed this in one of our class. I said once a resistance zone is been broken, it turns into a new support whenever price retests it and then failed to break below downward. It turns into a new support or zone. There are some times whereby price will break a resistance zone like this and price will not retest. Price will keep on going up. That is in a very no volatile market. That is in an aggressive or market. So if you want to draw a trend line, maybe a dynamic trend line, maybe a key levels on our chart, we need to understand what are resistance zone on our chart and then support zone on our chart. We have already discussed this, and I will come back. I will make a revision on that because we need to understand this before we can actually plan to draw trend line, because trend line actually works in connection with support and resistance lines. Without support and resistance line, you can't draw a trend line. And remember, in one of our class, I discussed about what we called high, 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 low. You remember that?
Yeah.
So that's why I say all these contents you need to go through and revise them, because we keep on picking each one other because they are in relation. They are just like chains. They are all connected together. You can't do without any of these. So that's why you need, after next week class, you go on a break so you can revise all what you have taught. So right here now is a resistance for this. Is a resistance for this trend right here. This is a resistance right here. I'm gonna get all this right here, right here, right here. So right here now is a resistance for this trend right here, while right here is a resistance for this trend coming up right here. And then likewise, this zone, this is a resistance for the trend right here. And then we have a low right here. This can be a lower low. It can depend on the figure direction of trend. It can be, we have a trend like this. Then this a lower low. And then we have what next? We have a high right here.
Yes.
This region right here is a low high. No. This is a high.
So it's a
This is a
low
high.
high.
This is a low high. This is a high. Higher than this. Low.
Okay. Then high, high.
Right
Yeah.
here. So right here is a high, low right here. This region right here is a high, high to this high right here. Okay. Whereby this is a high, high to this high right here. Likewise, this is a high, low right here. This low right here is higher than this low right here. So it's an high, low. Likewise, we have right here a high, high, and then next a high, low. And then the trend continues. You know, I told you when price make a rotation like this, there is still what? There is still a high, high right here. Okay. And if price failed to go above this resistance zone right here, and then price make a rotation like this, and then like this, then what is this will be called? This is gonna be
This is
called
called
what? A low high.
low high.
This is a low high to this high right here. So right here,
Yeah.
we have our support right here. And
Okay.
if price should break below this support right here, and then price should come back, and then we have a rejection of price downward. If price should be rejected at this zone right here, whereby we have price rejection pulling downward right here, then this is acting as a new what? Resistance zone.
Yeah.
Whereby this is a support for this trend right here. It's a support for this trend right here, whereby this place right here is a resistance, and then price broke this support right here. Now price is failing to break above this line. You know, it's now acting as a resistance. So what you need to put into consideration is a trend below a key level at the top. Whenever a trend is below a key level, it means it's a resistance to that trend. Whenever a trend is above a key level, it means it's a support. Okay?
Yeah.
Do you get that?
Yes.
So if you want to
Yes.
construct our trend line right here now, with this swing, slow, swing, slow, swing, slows we have right here now, we can construct our trend line from right here, right here. You can see that. You can see our trend line.
Yes.
We connected it to this swing low, 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 low. So this is now a dynamic support. We can see all these trends are above all this trend line right there. So this is support. And then at the top, we have what? A resistance. This is a dynamic resistance. And then this is a trend line. We use trend line to analyze a trend right here to know the momentum of trend right here. So this is what we're going to be talking about in our chart right here. So the first thing we want to do right now is to locate support and resistance on our trading chart. Locate support and resistance on our trading chart. So I'm
Which
gonna
time frame you do it?
I'm dealing on the daily time frame. And if you wanna implement your trend line, especially your key levels, and if you want to implement your key level resistance and support on your chart, make sure you use the daily time frame. Use the daily time frame, okay? Because the daily time frame.
Even if you work on the 1 hour time frame, right?
Use the daily time frame to draw your key levels. We're still gonna get to time relation. We will still get onto time relation in one of our topics, whereby we discuss about time frames. Time frame, the powers in time frames.
Okay.
I'm gonna discuss about that, okay?
Yeah.
So for now, let's just learn how to draw key levels and trend lines before we move to time frame. You know, there are a lot of topics we need to copy, we need to cover, I mean. So let's get done with trend lines before we now get on to time frames. Okay. So right here, if you want to draw your trend lines, your key levels, the first thing you need to know is you have to zoom out totally on your chart so that you can see the whole picture of your chart. Okay?
Over several years, I see.
You said?
You do it over several years.
Years, you view several years. This is from 2014 right now. So you zoom in on the daily time frame so you can see the whole chart. So right now, I have a support right, I have a resistance zone right there. You can see when price goes right there, price made a downward trend. When price got right here, price made a downward trend. When price got to this region again, price made a downward trend. We're still gonna discuss about key levels in one of our class. So right now, I just want you to know how to draw trend lines, because before we can discuss about key levels, we need to know what is trend line already. So for us to draw a trend line, remember the tools I told you right here in one of our first class, the tools right here where you can pick your horizontal and vertical lines. So what we need to pick right now is a horizontal line. So right here, I have a resistance right here. You can see when price got right here, price made the rotation downward right here. And then again, this is another resistance at this zone right here. I constructed my key levels line. This is my trend line. And then again, price got to this zone right here. You can see our price made the rotation upward again. And then I have another resistance zones right here. I have another resistance zones right here. I have another support zone right here. I have another support zone right here. I have another support zone right there because price is above right now, so it's a support. So zooming in right now, I have a series of support. You know, key level is a different topic we're gonna discuss for a whole week because it is very, very, very important. Very, very important. This is where almost 70% of traders, they fail. They lose money. Why they fail? If you are trading without support and resistant line, it's just like you are driving a car having your ICs being closed. You know the
Okay.
implication of that. So
Yeah.
it's a topic we're gonna devote 3 classes for. That is a week on key level. And before I discuss that, I want you to come back from your holiday so that you will be refreshed before we start discussing about key levels. But it is very, very, very important. You can see on all my chart right here, I'm going to show you one of my chart right here, Euro USD. You can see I have all the lines on my chart. On the USD
Yeah.
Canada, you can see I have all the lines on my chart. It is very, very important. Very, very important if you want to make a breakthrough in trading. You have to know how to locate your support and resistance zones. Those are the key levels.
Okay.
So right here now, this is how you can draw key levels on your trading chart. Right now, you can see I connected these swings I right here to these swings I right here, thereby forming resistance zone. And then what's next now? There is a swing high right here, a swing high right here, a swing high right here. Don't worry, in our next class, we will know how to locate this, to locate swings. But just to know how we can draw a trend line on our chart, here is another swing low right here. You said?
Okay, and can you explain me what do you mean for swing?
Swing, okay. Whenever I say swing, I mean price make a high, a high low. This is what I mean by swings.
Ah, okay.
When I say swings,
Ah, okay, 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 okay.
these are swings.
Ah, okay.
These are swings. This is a swing. When price make a pull up and then reverse out trend, you call these zone
Yeah.
swings. So you call this place swings high. Right here, swings low.
Yeah.
Up right here, swing. WXIWING, swings high. It's just, if you don't want to call it high, or maybe high low, you can replace it with swing high, swing low. It's another name for that. Instead of saying high low, high low, you can just call it the short form as swings high, swings low, swings high, swings low. Okay? This is swings high, this is swings low, this is swings high, this is swings low, this is swings high, this is swings low. Okay? You get that?
Yes.
Okay, good. So let's back on the chart. So right here, we have the swings, it swings I right here, it swings I right here. So we connected our trend line. And then right here we have a swings I, a swings I. And then we
Yes.
have a swings I right here, swings I right here before price make a rotation downward. You can see on each swings, we have pull down. On each swings, we have pull down. So in an upward trend, whenever there is a swings up and you have a pull down, downward, that is an upward trend. Whereby in a bearish trend, whereby you have a swings up, you have another swings which will be lower than the previous low. Remember what I drew right here?
Yes.
Right here is a swings high, swings low, swings high, swings low, swings high, swings low, swings high, swings low. That is in a bearish or rally downward. Okay?
Okay.
Good. So right here on my chart, I connected this series of swings with my key level trend line. So these are the one of the functions of your trend line on your trading or chart. So the next now is the dynamic or trend lines. Remember, the dynamic trend lines is just a slant
Yeah.
line, can be like this and can also be like this. So now let's see how we can draw this on our trading or chart. So if you want to draw this, you have to locate swings low, swings high. Right now, I have an uptrend right here. I connected my trend line from this swings low right here, up right here. Can say I catch these swings, these swings, these swings,
Yeah.
and then up right here.
Okay.
Just like this. I'm gonna make a drawing for you. I have this, swings high, swings low, swings high, swings low, swings high, swings low, swings high, swings low. So what next? I connected my trend line to pick these swings, swings, swings. Do you get that? I'm gonna make a
Yes.
drawing again. Swings high, swings low, swings high, swings low, swings high, swings low. Get that? Swings high,
Yes. Yes.
swings low. So the significance of this trend line right here is to catch this bounce, bounce, bounce right here, which is showing us that this is a bullish rally upward, trend moving up, trend moving up, a bullish rally, a bullish rally. Do you get that?
Yes.
Whereby right here we have a downward trend, downward, whereby we have price makes this downward, down, downward, and then what next? Down, downward, down, downward. Whereby we cash all these swings, no, right here, swings right here, swings right here with this trend line, which is showing us that this is a what? This is a bearish or trend. This is a bearish trend, a bearish trend, price is moving a bearish or trend. So that is the work of the trend line. So I drew this on my trend line now to catch these swings, swings, swings right there. So when price broke this region right there, it's a signal and indication for me that the trend is changing. I'm gonna draw another trend line right here. We have a swing low right here, a swing low right here, a swing low right here. I draw this like this. I catch these swings right here, swings right here. And I can also use this channel right here to pick these swings right here, swings right here. I catch these swings up right there, whereby I was able to know this is a bullish rising channel. Swings up, rejection at the top, down, rejection at the top, down, rejection at the top, down. Okay, do you get that?
Yes.
So this is how you use your trend line. So now let's get to how we can draw the perfect trend line on our trading chart. So here comes the real technical analysis. This is it right here. Whenever you want to draw a trend line, remember one of the most important points to put into consideration is 2 points makes a trend line. Do you get that?
Yes.
2 points make a trend line. If I connect this point right here to right here, it's going to form a straight line. Okay?
Yes.
So now let's say we have a trend moving in an upward trend. I want to connect two swings to know the future direction of price. I can connect this swing right here to this swings right here, then constructing my trend line up, maintaining it up. Take note, you must make sure your trend line does not cut through the body of this candle. It must be at the wick. Remember in our last class or 2 classes ago, we discussed about wicks, bullish prayer, bearish prayer,
Yes.
wicks of
Okay.
candles. Now you can see we can't do without any of this class. They are all in relation. Wick, bullish prayer, bearish prayer,
Yeah.
up wick, down wick. So these are the
Okay.
places you can draw, connect your trend line. There are some of these candles whereby it doesn't have a wick. Make sure your trend line does not cut through the body. Let's say, for example,
Okay.
you have a candle like this. If you want to draw your trend line, you make sure it goes like this. It must not cut through the body of the candle like this. If it cuts like this, it is wrong.
Okay.
Get that? It is wrong. If it goes like this, if it goes like this, it's wrong. It's wrong. It must not cut through the body. Likewise, at the top, it must not cut through the body. It must only go through the edge, through
Yes.
the edge, like we did have right here. So if you want to construct your trend line at the top, it must only go through the edge. Okay? It must
Yes.
not cut through the body. Okay? It must cross only this edge, this edge, this edge. Likewise, your candle wicks like this. Trend line can go like this, can pass through this wick. It can pass through this wick, but can pass through this edge, but must not cross through the body. Do you get that?
Ah, yes, yes,
It
yes.
can pass through this wick. You can pass through this wick, but it must not go through the body.
Okay.
Okay? But this is the best way I prefer to draw my trend line sometimes. It all depends on how the trend is all forming. Sometimes I can draw my trend line to pass through the up wick like this, while sometimes I can draw my trend line to pass through like this. Sometimes it can be closed like this. It all depends on what I can figure out on my trading chart. Sometimes it can be like this, be something like this, sometimes like this, sometimes like this, sometimes like this, but must not cross through the body. Okay, must not cross through
Okay.
the body. So
Yeah.
that is one of the rules of drawing a trend line. It must not cut through the body. Whenever your trend line cuts through the body, then it's not right. You can see right here now, you can see
Yeah.
my trend line goes through the edge of this candle, through the edge, through the wick. If I draw my trend line like this, going through this wick and then cutting through this edge, is acceptable. It can go through this
Okay.
wick, but it must not go through the bodies right here.
Okay.
Okay, good. So that is how you can draw the trend or line. So the next is how to draw or a trend line bounce. A trend line bounce. Let's say, for example, I'm going to show you right here. We have trend line right here. Price made the rotation from this region right here to this up right here. Price made another rotation up right here. Price make price down, and the price break this trend line.
Yeah.
So in this kind of zone like this, I'm gonna put this on the whiteboard. Let's say, for example, we have a trend like this. We have a trend like this. We have a trend like this. Remember, it takes 2 points to draw through a straight line.
Yeah.
And then we now have price going up like this, going up like this, going up like this. You have to extend this your trend line to fit the current price action zone. This is the current price action zone. Current price action zones. This is the current price action zones. So right now what I need to do is to shift this my trend line to suit the latest price actions, whereby I'm neglecting this right here.
Okay.
So I'm catching the new bounce of this latest price action. So sometimes on your trading chart, you can see a places, a region whereby price will not form linearly. It will not form in a well-defined, clear manner like we did have right here. If I draw my trend line right here now, and I see price made a new price action right here, I can move this up and now draw it like this. move it up according to the latest price actions zone. But there are some times whereby your trend line will form a chart pattern on your chart, a pattern. We're still going to discuss that in our class. Pattern like
Yeah.
this. Today is just an introduction to trend line. We have some pattern like this. Okay, let me turn this off. Let's say market move like this. Okay, sorry, and market moves like this. And then we draw our trend line like this. Let's see, for example, okay, I want to make sure this is actually straight. I want you to understand. Let me first draw the line like this. Let's say we have, okay, this is what I do. I want it to be straight so you can understand what I'm, okay. Good. Now let's say we have a trend line like this. We have a movement of price like this, whereby we have a swings high, swings high, swings high, swings high, like this. Swings low, swings low, swings low, swings low, like this. Are you there?
Yes.
So remember, it takes 2 points to connect a trend line. So from this low right here, I connect my trend line up. You can see right here. And then at the top again, I can figure out that this peak right here, they are all lining accordingly. So right here is a channel. It's an upward bullish channel. We're still gonna discuss about chart pattern in one of our class. You can see we have a lot of work to do. So now discuss about horizontal, a rectangular box consolidation phase. We discuss about bullish channel and bearish channel and different kind of channel, about triangle, symmetric triangle, how these are being formed. Remember one of our class, we discussed about symmetric triangle, right angle triangle, that is the centric triangle, and we discussed about the rising triangle like this. So we actually need trend lines to draw all these angles. Before we can draw this, we have to understand how price are being formed on the chart and how we can connect these swings, because we actually need swings to connect all this on our trading or chart. So now let's practicalize this again on one of these charts right here. Let's move on another chart. We need to understand properly. Let's go on another currency pair right here.
Okay.
You can see these swings right here, swings right here, swings right here.
Yeah.
I caught this swing right here, this swing right here, this swing right here. Price broke above this swing right here, then coming down again. This right here have been void, invalidated. So the next swings right here I want to cash right now is at this zone. But we can see how price broke this region right here, and thereby voiding, no, this trend line had been voided right here. So the function of a trend line is to catch swings, catch direct term of momentum in the market. Like at the bottom right here, I can catch this direction right here, downward right here. I catch this swings low, swings low, swings low, swings low. On the right here, I can draw another trend line right here to form a symmetric triangle. You can see I connected to what? This swings right here, swings right here, swings right here, swings right here. And then this is a symmetric triangle. And then we can see how price made a break out of price. Price broke up right here. So we use this trend line for technical analysis in trading. Let's say, for example, whenever I see something like this on my trading chart, I know technically when price is forming like this, forming like this, forming like the price have high tendency to the break to the upside, like we did have right here. You can see it. price broke to the upside. So these are one of the functions of trend line on our trading chart. Okay.
Yes.
So is there anything you don't understand before I move on?
Everything is clear.
Okay, good. And then you need to, take your time, go through all this as well. And then right here again, I can as well
Maybe
draw.
maybe one day you give me some currencies pair,
Yes,
and
yes,
I some
I will tell you
show you
to draw
how
it,
yeah.
and I will tell you to save your template and then save the template over to me.
Okay.
Good. So right here now, if I want to connect these swings low right here now, I can just use this. This is a swing low right here, swing low right here. You can
Yeah.
see how I connected this swings low right here now.
Yeah.
I can connect these swings up right here as well. You can see how we have price breaking downward right here now. So these are the functions of trend line on our trading chart. So let's move to another currency pair again. This is a currency. You can see this currency right now.
Yeah.
This is a trend line we used right here. I
Yeah.
connected this swings low right here, swings low right here, up right here. Actually, this right here is from the weekly time frame. That is why you're seeing it right. You see it right here. Price is shooting out right here.
Oh.
If I should move on the day, we are still going to discuss about time frame. You can see right now we need to discuss about trend line before we start jumping to time frame, because if we don't discuss about trend line and we just jump into time frame, you're not gonna understand. So right here you can see on the weekly time frame right now, this trend line is not cutting throughout the body. It's at the edge. You can see now at the
Yes.
edge. But on the daily time frame, you can see it cuts throughout the body. But the weekly time frame, it doesn't, which means this price right here can be traded on the weekly chart. Okay.
Okay.
So now let's go through more examples. Here is a chart right here on the USD Japanese yen 4 hour. I'm gonna get this off. Gonna get this off. Right now, I want to connect all these swings right here, swings, 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 and all these swings up, swings right here. I can use my China trend line.
But
Catch
you do
this.
it on 4 hours time frame. Is okay.
Yeah, I'm drawing from 4 hour time frame. Remember, I told you we're still gonna discuss about time frame. You can draw
Okay.
from 1 hour, 4 hour daily time frame, but I will teach you how to relate them to each other. But if you want to draw your key levels, you must make sure you draw it on the daily time frame. Okay?
Okay. So it's better to draw the trend lines to the
You can,
daily, but depending on your strategy, then you can move the time frame.
yes, you can draw the trend line on the daily chart, and then there are some cases whereby you can draw it on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. When we come to time relation, you will understand everything right there. Time relation.
Okay.
So right here now, I saw a price movement on the 4 hour, and I want to connect their swings right here. This is the swing low right here, the swings low right here, the swings low right here. I catch this swing and I drew my price upward. This is it right here. I caught these swings.
Yeah.
Okay. You can see I caught this edge of this candle right here. We have a breakaway right here. I call this edge, this edge, this edge right here. And then price make a break out of this trend line, dynamic support trend line, resistance, dynamic trend line. Price made a breakout right here downward. It's just something
Yeah.
like this. On our trading chart, we have something like this. This is it, a trend line like this. Price moving up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, so that is it. So let's view this. So this is actually what happened right here. So this is how you can draw trend line. You use your trend line to connect swings low, swings high, different swing. If you are connecting from the support, you connect swings of what? You connect a low.
For the support is a
Yes, high,
swing
low,
down. Swing down, yeah.
high, low. Right from the top, you connect high, high, highs,
Yeah.
high, highs. You can call them
I can
high
call them
swings. Swings
together
high,
up.
yes,
Right?
yes, swings high. You can call them swings high, swings high. No, swings.
Okay.
So that is how to draw the trend line. Simply use them to connect 2 points.
And I see that the trend line, if you break, if the price break the trend line, you can also anticipate the moving average.
Yes, you can actually easily forecast the direction of trend whenever price, whenever price breaks this trend line, price what? It goes out. So which means if you execute a sell order right here, you're gonna make money downward right here.
Yeah.
So we're still gonna discuss about the techniques of trading all this chart pattern breakout, chart pattern breakout, pattern breakout. There's a lot of stuff we need to discuss, but we need to take them each step by step so that you can understand them, according to how they are in relation. Because if we miss or jump, or if we don't understand a particular topic, it's gonna have an effect in the next topic. Okay, good. And so let's move to, there's something I want to show you again on drawing a trend line. So now let's move to this. Let's say, for example, this is a trend line. Okay, I'm killing this. This is a trend line. This is a trend line. We have price like this one. This is the first bounce, second bounce. Okay, we have another price movement like this. Tell me which is the most strongest trend line right here.
Right, the one on the right.
Hang on, I will.
The one below.
One. Which?
Number two.
Okay, two. Okay, good. Why is it the
Because
strongest?
tested the support more times.
Good. So the more price tests your trend line, it shows the trend line is very active, very strong. It's very strong. So that is it. And then the more price is testing a trend line frequently, it shows signs that the bears, it all depends on the direction. But let's make it in a simple way. The more price keep on testing a trend lines, the more signal it's showing that price have high tendency to break out of that trend line.
Yeah.
And the more the trend line keeps on rejecting the price, the more confirmation the trend line is giving us that it's a valid trend line. And the more price have high probability to break out of that trend line. So you have to put those 2 points into consideration. So here is it right here. I'm gonna show you on the chart right here.
I see.
We are the first retest right here. You can't call this place retest because this is the where the movement had begun. Begun. That was a March 9 movement, made a rally from this region right here, and then pulled back right here. This is the first retest. Okay, price made the rally up and then pull down. This is the what? Per second retest.
Yeah.
Okay, price did what? Made the rally up, and then the third retest right here. What happened? Price broke out. it broke out, whereby we have retest at the top first, second, third. I'm going to demonstrate this on your chart. Now let's say price moves on like this. Price moves on like this, and then like this. Some traders will start drawing a trend line like this. It is wrong. Remember, it takes 2 points to draw a straight line. Whereby in the forex market, we regard points as swings. It can be a swings high, it can be a swings down. So right here, if you draw this right here, it's wrong. You have to make sure you have another point before you can now connect your trend line. So if you connect your trend line and price made another rotation, and then this trend line reject price, it means your trend line is what? Is valid.
It's valid, yeah.
It's valid. And then, you know, we have 2 swings right here. This is it right here. I'm gonna clean this. Okay, clean this, clean this. Okay, we have rejection right here. It means right here is valid. Remember, we have a support right here as well.
Yeah.
We have 2 swings, downward right here, right here. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the low right here. So if price gets to this region and the price make the retest up, it means this trend line right here is also what is valid.
Yeah.
If price makes another retest up to this zone right here, and then price is being rejected, it means this trend line right here is valid. So, yes?
Do you trade on the swing as well?
Do I trade?
Between swing high and the swing down, you trade?
Come again?
If you have reached a resistance, for example, where you are now, and you see that there is a bearish trend after the swap, the swing high, then you immediately trend it short, right?
You mean if I see price testing this kind of action right on my chart, do you mean I will immediately sell?
Yeah.
No, I can't sell.
Or you wait to break the trend line to do something.
There are a lot of things you have to put into consideration. We are just going through the process. Whenever price retests a trend line, there are other things you have to put into consideration. Tell me one of the things we have discussed about that you can put into consideration whenever price retests a resistance or a support zone. We've discussed this in one of our class.
Yeah.
Can you give me the answer?
Can you repeat the question? Sorry, I didn't could not hear you.
If price make a rotation,
yeah.
Let's say price made a rotation.
Yeah.
Right here. And then we have price make a rotation downward right here. And then price make a rotation up right here. And then this zone reject price downward. You know, this zone right here is now acting as a what? Dynamic resistance. Okay?
Yeah.
Now we constructed our trend line. Okay?
Yes.
Price got right here. Price was being rejected. We have a trend line right here. This is a dynamic support, right?
Yeah.
When price is approaching and price got to this zone again, now striking this our trend line right here, which is a dynamic resistance line. What should you look out for at a resistance zone right here? What are the one of the things?
See if there is a reversal trend, you know? If
reversal
the trend reverses. If there is a bouncing on the support or on the resistance, and then just after the bouncing, you trade.
You can't just trade. You have to look for a lot of things that will give you a signal that you have to sell. There are some times whereby price we get right here and the price will break out.
So you have to wait a while for some other indication.
You have to wait out for one of the things we discussed in our class,
Yeah.
like a bear, like candlestick pattern, bearish engulfing
Yeah.
bar, bullish, dark cloud, piercing, morning star, evening star, three white cross, the three black cross, the three white soldiers, the armor,
Okay.
the doji, the gravestone, the long-legged doji. These are the things you need to look out for at these zones.
I get it.
Now I will show you on your chart right here. Let's zoom in this. What can you figure out right here?
Where?
The
The three crows.
no, this
Black.
is not a cross.
No, wait.
This is a bullish pin.
You have to
Right
do some
here.
exercise on this.
You said?
You have to do some exercise together to recognize the patterns.
To remind the, hello, come again?
Yeah, I say that one day we will do some exercise together to understand the patterns. So in front of a chart, I try to recognize the patterns.
Yes, I will show you the pattern on front of the chart. Okay.
Okay.
I think before we go for holiday next week, what we're gonna do is everything we have learned, we're gonna need to practicalize it next week. What about
Okay.
that? We practicalize everything on the chart.
Fine. Yes.
Right here now, it's a bullish pin.
Yeah.
A bullish pin right here.
Yeah.
Up. Right here is a rejection bar. A bearish prayer right here.
Yeah.
Right here, it's a bearish outside bar. Bearish outside bar right here. Right here, it's a bullish pin bar up. Right here is a doji and a bearish pin bar, bearish downward. So in one of our, maybe next week, we're gonna practicalize everything we have done. We won't move on to any other topic. We will practicalize all this bullish, morning star, engulfing this morning star, dark cloud, or piercing. I will show you how it forms on the trading chart. That is what we're gonna do next week. I'm gonna put it down because I can figure out, you still have some difficulty to identify these candle formations on our trading or chart. Okay,
Okay. Great.
good. So let's move on to, I'm gonna show you some stuff right here. Try the time is up, but I will add some 10 more minutes. Right here is a bearish outside bar.
Yeah.
At resistance of our dynamic trend line. You can see connected these swings right here, swings right here. You can see these swings right here. Our price was being rejected. You can see another doji right here and the bearish pin bar. You remember what I mean by doji?
Yeah. Yeah. It is just a cross.
You remember a bearish pin bar?
Yeah.
Is it
Front
right
leg
here?
that at least 2 times the body.
Yeah, you can see it right here. How we have price now failed to go above right here. Even though we
Can
have
you
another.
consider that one also an evening star?
You said?
Can you also consider that one evening star?
The star like what?
The the evening star. I can see. Yeah, okay.
You mean right here?
Yeah, for example, yes.
I'll show you our evening star.
Evening the Doji star. Oh, okay.
I will show you a doji star. a doji star must gap out. This is not gapping out.
Okay.
This is not gapping out. This a gravestone.
Yeah.
This is a bearish prayer.
Yeah.
This is what we called an evening doji star. A star must gap out, whereby an evening stars will look like this. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So in our next class, we go through all this kind of variation on our chart so you can see how they all formed on the trading chart. Right here is a bullish pin bar. You can see.
Yes. Yes.
To show you some other. Okay, let me go on the daily time frame. Right here is an inside bar. Do you see this?
Yes.
This trend up rally. Right here, it's a bullish engulfing outside bar. You can see bullish prayer. You remember bullish prayer?
Yes. Yes. Long left.
You can see the bullish prayer right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can see it up. Get that?
Yes.
This is not a bullish engulfing bar. You can see it doesn't engulf this candle right here. This is a bearish prayer right here. It doesn't engulf. So this is not a bullish engulfing bar. Likewise, right here, this is not a bullish engulfing bar. You can see this candle right here gap lower.
Yeah.
So that is this. Take care. Can you show me a bearish engulfing bar right here? I want you to show me a bearish engulfing bar.
Bearish engulfing.
Yes, I want to show me a bearish engulfing bar at this zone right here. Hang on, I'm gonna help you out.
Yeah, it is the third one.
Okay, bearish engulfing. We have it right here as well. Bearish engulfing.
Yeah, true.
Engulf this right here. So you can see that how it formed. We also have a bearish engulfing bar right here as well.
Yeah.
Engulf right here.
It is a very frequent.
Yeah, very frequent at resistance zone.
Yeah.
So that is how in the next class we discuss more about how these candle formations looks like on our trading chart. We won't just discuss about the pictures alone. We will see it live on the trading chart.
Nice. Okay.
You can see right here now, it's an inside bar at the top of a trend.
So you have to wait for the third one to understand where the
you can
trend.
see when we have the third one, it broke below right here, price rejection, and the price comes again, closing below. You can see how the trend moves in a downward trend. So we have to wait. Those who want to buy right here now, who already put a buy right here now without waiting for the close right now, you can see price made a downward trend. On the right here, we have a bullish engulfing bar right here, right here. You can see how it engulfs this candle right here, serving as continuation to the uptrend. You can see right here now an outside bar, an outside bearish bar. You can see it, price made a rotation downward. You see that? So these are how these kind of formations are being formed on our chart. And then right here, I can construct my trend line from this low swing right here, catch these low swings right here. You can see I catch these low swings right here, right here, right here, right here. What happened right here? When price broke right here, price failed in a bearish
You,
trend.
yeah, the price break
Yeah,
support.
broke down. So that is the trend line. So in the next class, we're gonna put together all these things. We are still more we need to cover on trend line, but this is just an introduction to trend line. Okay, we can't
Right.
cover trend line just in a class. It's a topic we need to at least even it's a topic we need to study for like at least 2 weeks on its own.
Okay.
If you know trend line, how to draw it properly, 60%, 50% of the problem in trading is solved. If you know how to trade, draw it, and understand it very well, if you know how to trade it properly, 50% problem in trading is already solved. Okay.
Okay.
So in
Okay.
our next class, we're still gonna discuss about this ultimate way to draw trend lines. We are not yet done right here. That will be after your resumption class. Because next week, we're gonna be putting everything we have learned together into action.